Well, good morning, YouTube. This is your Daily Stoic with your host, Jeffrey. It's a sad day, McCabe. Let me show you why. The book is finally torn its cover. I think I'll just write it on the front, maybe. We do have it here on the side. As always, we're reading the Daily Stoic, 366 Meditations on Wisdom, Perseverance, and the Art of Living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. Fun fact, if you're new here, or if you're not new here, when I did all of these on Facebook last year, straight out of rehab, I was riding the pink cloud. I would do these videos anywhere. I didn't care. I didn't coffee shop, city hall, in front of people. I find myself a little bit more nervous lately. Even to do it in an empty coffee shop, I'm like, oh no. I don't know, gotta get back to that. Not being scared. Also, if you're in the Hamilton area, go check out Levity Comedy Club. I went last night to see Jeffrey Die, who's been all over my Facebook reel thingies. I was like, what? He's in Hamilton? I gotta go check it out. I love that comedy club. If you're into comedy, Levity is the premier spot for comedy in the city. I love it. I've always loved comedy. I never really was involved, and I've went a few times in the last year to Levity, Center of the Talking Arts, open mic. Love comedy. Go to Levity. Anyways, we're gonna get right into it. Like I said, I'm nervous, man. I'm all quiet. I'm like, oh no, weird. I'll get over it. Today is March 29th. Why do you need to impress these people again? If you should ever turn your will to things outside of your control in order to impress someone, be sure that you have wrecked your whole purpose in life. Be content, then, to be a philosopher in all that you do. And if you wish also to be seen as one, show yourself first that you are, and you will succeed. Epictetus, Around 23. If you should ever turn your will to things outside of your control in order to impress someone else, be sure that you've wrecked your whole purpose in life. Interesting. Let's see what the modern day Stoics have to say about it. Is there anything sadder than the immense lengths we'll go to impress someone? The things we'll do to earn someone's approval can seem, when examined in retrospect, like the result of some temporary form of insanity. Suddenly, we're wearing uncomfortable, ridiculous clothes we've been told are cool, eating differently, talking differently, eagerly waiting for a call or text. This is going to be a hard one for me. If we did these things because we've liked it, that would be one thing. But that's not what it is. It just means to an end to get someone to give us a nod. The irony, as Marcus Aurelius points out repeatedly, is that the people whose opinion we covet are not all that great. They're flawed, they're distracted, and wowed by all sorts of silly things themselves. We know this, and yet we don't want to think about it. To quote Fight Club again, we buy things we don't need to impress people we don't like. Does that sound pretty ridiculous? But more than that, isn't it about as far as possible as you can get from serenity and security that philosophy can provide? To a certain extent, I would say, makes me think of Taoism. Taoism is like an ancient Chinese, I want to say Chinese religion. That's about like being nothing. Don't dress up, like wear like a cloth. Don't force anything and everything will come to you. That kind of put me in that mind of that. But as someone who's always wanted to be a performer, who, has this outwardly, I don't try to impress people. See, these are the good ones. This is where I'm really thinking about it all, how to digest it and even make it make sense for me. I don't think I do things to try to impress people. I just do things to be me. But it is a good lesson if you're out here, doing shit for other people. You're not really in control of that, right? So this one put me on my ass a little bit. It's like, am I doing things to impress anybody? Did I get my hair braided to Impress people. I got my hair braided for me, trust me. A lot of people would say don't do it. But this is one of those ego type of things. What is driving your personality? What is driving your ambitions and your purpose, right? And sometimes you gotta stop and think about that, right? And sometimes you gotta take a minute, like, why do I do the things I do? It's a good thing to reflect on. As you can see, it sort of made me like, oh, I did a lot of ego work in therapy and in rehab. It was one of the classes that really stuck out to me. I spoke about this before, so I won't get too long drawn out with it, but it is something you need to think about and need to make sure you're in control of, because your ego can get way out of control if you let it, right? Oh, I'm gonna buy the newest thing and I'm gonna flash this and I need this and I hope other people notice. But I've made peace with it. I had an ego death. I've done a lot of thinking about it. I really just want to help people. That's my main goal in life. How I dress and how I look is sort of for me. I would say most of the time, like I used to always joke, okay, so I've been in long-term relationships, whatever, and I'll just usually let my woman pick out my clothes. And if you let me go shopping by myself, I will buy the most ridiculous shit you've ever seen. Because my style is not conventional. My style isn't the norm, let's say. Like I remember I went and bought my own winter coat, and I bought this puffy white coat with the fur on the thing. Not an expensive one, like a cheap one from the International Clothiers or something. I'm not I don't have money like that, but that's the coat I picked out. And I remember my girlfriend at the time, she was like, what the fuck is that coat, dude? Like, that's ridiculous. And it's white. I got 6 kids at the time, we could jump in the minivan and take them to the park. She's like, you look ridiculous. All right, I'll go buy the neon shirt with the fluorescent hat. Like, that's my style. I will buy the most ridiculous shit. So I dress for me, you know what I mean? Anyways, this one really made me reflect on my own personal self. I don't even know what to tell you guys. Don't do things to impress other people. Make sure that you're in control at all times of your recent choice. And I'm gonna go right about how I maybe, and I'm not trying to impress nobody. See, this was a good one. Really made me reflect. And that's the thing about Stoicism I'm learning. Even though I'm years into this, and really in the last 2 years, I've really buckled down and studied and tried to learn and get more in depth with my understanding of Stoicism. But I read one like this today, and I'm like, whew, that one got me. Anyways, I'm out here. I'm at the coffee shop, and then I'm gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna go get my kids. Hope you guys have a great day. Love, hope, and faith. I'll catch you later. Peace.